Now that we know what an utterance is, we can talk about when to release and when to hold a sound. There are two simple rules of thumb. We release a sound if it comes at the end of an utterance, when the sound is final. We hold a sound if it falls within an utterance. That's it. Let's keep these two simple rules in mind and revisit our sentences. Here's our phoneme T sentence. Suppose we took just one word, but. We learned that a word by itself can also be an utterance. Since T here is at the end of this utterance, we release it and say, but. Let's take a phrase from this sentence. See, this time the T of but is inside of an utterance, whereas the T of Nate is at the end. So we hold the T of but and release the T of Nate. But Nate. Take a clause as an utterance. All the T's are inside. There is no ending consonant, so we hold everything. Nate might not be. Nate might not be. Finally, full sentence. Only the T of late should be released because it's final. Everything else should be held. But Nate might not be late. But Nate might not be late. We will repeat a similar process with other sentences. Consonant D sentence. Utterance 1. I'd. D is at the end. It's released. I'd. Utterance 2. This D is inside. That D is outside. Hold this. Release that. A seed beside. A seed beside. Utterance 3. Hold, release. I'd sowed. Utterance 4. Hold everything except for the D of road. I'd sowed a seed beside the road. I'd sowed a seed beside the road. Unvoiced K sentence. Utterance 1. A single word. Poke. K is released. Poke. Utterance 2. K of make is inside. K of ache is outside. So hold this and release that. To make him ache. To make him ache. This sentence does not have a subject. Since a clause requires both subject and verb, there is no clause here. Utterance 4. The sentence. All K's should be held except for the one in ache. Poke Mike to make him ache. Poke Mike to make him ache. Voiced G sentence. Utterance 1. The G is released. Hug. Utterance 2. Inside, outside. So held, released. Back end. Utterance 3. No clause here again because it's a command. Utterance 4. Release the G of ugh only. Beg and hug dog for an ugh. Beg and hug dog for an ugh. Consonant P. Utterance 1. Released. Hype. Utterance 2. Held, released. Pump you up. Utterance 3. Clause. Everything's held. The World Cup pipe video will. Utterance 4. All held except for the P at the end. The World Cup pipe video will pump you up. Lastly, consonant B. Utterance 1. Released. Abe. Utterance 2. Released. To the pub. Utterance 3. held, released. Ape the mob went. Ape the mob went. Utterance 4. All held except for the last one. Ape the mob went to the pub. Ape the mob went to the pub.